Your brain is not a computer, it's more powerful. Every second, your brain is doing something almost impossible to imagine. It is receiving information from your eyes, your ears, your body, your memories, your emotions, and the world around you. And it is processing all of it at the same time. For years, people compared the brain to the most advanced machine of their era. Descartes compared it to a hydraulic system. Freud compared it to a steam engine. Then Alan Turing compared it to a computer. And yes, the comparison makes sense. Both computers and brains receive information. Both store memories. Both use electrical signals. Both need energy to work. But your brain is not simply a biological computer. It is something far more adaptive. A computer usually follows a sequence of instructions. Your brain works differently. It processes enormous amounts of information in parallel. While you are listening to this, your brain is not only decoding words, it is reading facial expressions, monitoring your posture, regulating your heartbeat, predicting what comes next, connecting ideas to memories, and deciding whether the information matters to you, all at once. Inside your brain, neurons communicate through electrical and chemical signals. A neuron receives thousands of messages from other neurons. Some signals tell it to activate, others tell it to slow down, and when the total signal reaches a certain threshold, the neuron fires. It sends an electrical impulse forward. It is almost like a switch. Below the threshold, nothing happens. Above the threshold, the signal travels. This is one of the basic languages of the nervous system. But here is the part that changes everything. Your brain can change its own wiring. This ability is called neuroplasticity. When you repeat a thought, a movement, a skill, or a behavior, your brain begins to make that pathway easier to use. The famous principle is simple. Neurons that fire together wire together. The more two neurons activate together, the stronger their connection can become. That is why practice matters. That is why studying matters. That is why training matters. And that is also why habits become powerful. Your brain does not only remember what you consciously choose, it learns from what you repeat. Repeated focus builds focus. Repeated movement builds coordination. Repeated stress can make the nervous system more reactive. Repeated recovery can teach the body that it is safe again. This does not mean the brain can solve every problem alone. Injuries, neurological conditions, trauma, and mental health difficulties may require qualified medical and psychological support, but it does mean something important. Your brain is not fixed, it is constantly adjusting to your experiences. It strengthens useful connections. It weakens connections that are no longer used, and it keeps updating the internal map that shapes how you think, move, feel, and respond. You are not using only 10% of your brain. That is a myth. You are using a living system that is constantly adapting to the life you repeat every day. So ask yourself, what are you teaching your brain today? Because every repeated action is not just changing your routine, it may be changing your wiring.